Will it be Donald Trump versus Joe Biden come November in the US, or will it be not Joe Biden at all? Kamala Harris, who was Biden's running mate 4 years ago, now wants to run against Joe Biden. That's right. The vice president claims she is ready for the big Oval Office and she wants to be president. Speaking to an American newspaper, Kamala Harris said, and I'm quoting, "I am ready to serve. There is no question about that." But the question, Madam Vice President, is, will you be the Democrats' best bet against former US President Donald Trump? Everyone is talking about Biden's age. A Reuters Ipsos poll found that 77% of the participants believed that Joe Biden's age made him unsuitable for office. This was in September. Now, as recently as last week, a report by special counsel Robert Hur called Biden a quote-unquote well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory. Hur claims that when investigators spoke to Biden about his handling, rather mishandling of classified files, Biden was forgetful, so much so that he even forgot when his son, Beau Biden, died. Biden, of course, did not take this report well. He lashed out at reporters on live television, saying, "My memory is fine." Let's just replay that moment for you.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally
How bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad I let you speak. That's
Your memory has gotten worse, Mr.
No,
President.
my memory is not good. My memory is fine. My memory. Take a look at what I've done since I become president.
Well, during the same speech, Biden mixed up the presidents of Egypt and Mexico, calling the Egyptian president Abdel Fattah al-Sisi the president of Mexico. Let's just play that out as well.
As you know, initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate to allow humanitarian material to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate.
In the last couple of weeks, Biden has also mixed up living European leaders for dead ones. First, he confused the French president Emmanuel Macron for a former president, and then he confused former German Chancellor Angela Merkel for Helmut Kohl. He too was a German chancellor. Kohl died in 2017. You see, the voters are not deaf. They are not blind either. They are taking note of Biden's endless and helpless gaffes. I just told you about the Ipsos survey. Chances are, come November, Biden's age will stand in the way of his re-election dreams. Republicans are already on a mission to milk the report. Axios is reporting that House Republicans are preparing to call Hur to justify before the House Judiciary Committee. Hur may be asked if he thinks Biden is unfit to lead. But what about Kamala Harris? Is she fit to lead? Is she the right fitment to take Biden's place as a Democratic nominee? Let's just look at her record. Democrats ticked all the right boxes by nominating Kamala Harris as Biden's running mate in the last election. She is an Indian American, a woman of color. She has a stellar career, a striking presence. But her critics say that Harris failed to make an impact. In fact, in her first year in office, many questioned what her portfolio really was. Did Biden even rely on her? The White House had to issue a statement saying that Biden did in fact take her opinion. Here's a post from 2021. For anyone who needs to hear this, Vice President is not only a vital partner for the president, but a bold leader who has taken on key important challenges facing the country. In January, an LA Times poll found that 55% of the registered voters had an unfavorable opinion of Kamala Harris. But Harris insists that she is ready for office. She is ready to serve. Harris told the newspaper that anyone who sees her on the job walks away fully aware of her capacity to lead. But will Harris's patriotic self-flattery win her nomination and subsequently the votes? Kamala Harris Is she really the Democrats' best bet? Or is Biden better off when it comes to taking on Donald Trump? A new poll released by the Financial Times shows that Donald Trump has a large lead over Biden on the question of who would handle the economy better, a very crucial factor. Trump is preparing for a rematch with Joe Biden, and Europe is preparing for a possible second term of Donald Trump. Trump recently said that he would not defend NATO allies who do not spend enough on defense. Not just that, Trump would also encourage Russia to attack them.
Secretary General Stoltenberg, well, I don't know if he is anymore, but he was my biggest fan. He said all these presidents came in, they'd make a speech, they'd leave, and that was it. And they all owed money, and they wouldn't pay it. I came in, I made a speech, and I said, you got to pay up. They asked me that question. One of the presidents of a big country stood up and said, well, sir, if we don't pay and we're attacked by Russia, will you protect us? I said, you didn't pay? You're delinquent? He said, yes, let's say that happened. No, I would not protect you. In fact, I would encourage them to do whatever the hell they want. You got to pay. You got to pay your bills.
Europe is preparing for such a possibility. The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz met the Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk on Monday. The two leaders, here's what they had to say regarding Trump's comments.
We must treat all such statements seriously, but do everything to ensure that transatlantic cooperation is the foundation of our security.
Germany will spend 2% of its economic output this year for NATO purposes according to NATO criteria and will do so for all time. And I have made this clear.
Is this Europe preparing for the return of Donald Trump? And if so, where does that leave Kamala Harris's presidential dreams? Tell us what you think. We are now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.